It's Richard here at MagnaFlow, and we are going to take a closer look at the new Colorado offering as we are moving down the line of creating our Overland Series exhaust. We do have a couple of the platforms here for consideration. As you can see, we have the two-wheel drive variant as well as our Bison project. And Jose's just wrapping up a couple of the finishing touches on our first prototype. And as you can see, we've gotten rid of the traditional tailpipe that we've seen in our standard system, which you see here on the floor. And we went ahead and gone with a high clearance turn down exit, which is tucked neatly away. We don't have any heating issues, but we will be doing some more testing to confirm that. As you can see, the profile remains very similar. It's a 3-inch mandrel bent system. But this is where the differences start to compound. As you can see, we have an additional muffler here. The primary muffler is a little smaller. It is a 3-inch straight through design. However, as you can see, there is a branch that comes off of it, and it is a dead end pipe. And oftentimes this is called your dead end resonator, a J pipe, branch pipe. But really what it is a quarter wave resonator or a Helmholtz resonator that's designed to get rid of the unwanted drone sound. So we've got it one in here for now, and you can see we have a couple of band clamps on it, so we can do some adjusting on the length to get the tune frequency just right. But that'll be one of the biggest changes. On top of that, we went from the very large casing muffler that you see here. This is a 5x11x22 that keeps that nice, deep, mellow note. But we have gone to a 5x8x18, and it's a smaller body, so we can get a little bit more sound. But with the addition of the resonator means no drone noise, so we get the benefit of a high performance sound with no drone. Hey guys, it's Richard at MagnaFlow again, and we are here with a part 2 update for the Overland Bison project, which is also our prototype vehicle and running our third version of the new no drone technology muffler. We are working on a bigger body, as our first result was one that gave us possibly a little too much interior noise. Now, there was no drone. The resonator does a great job of eliminating that, but we were looking for something that was going to be a little bit more mellow for, again, that Overland consumer. So take a look here. And you're going to see it still has the high clearance tailpipe. The rear of the muffler is going to look a little different than the other one, and you're going to see it's very similar. It's a 5x11x22, which is that larger casing like we use in the standard system, but we've had to move the inlet slightly here to accommodate the new design. Now, the internals are very different. Again, the externals look very similar, and here you can see that offset. But what our team has been working on is creating a quieter overall muffler that still has the drone control resonance Helmholtz chamber built in. So here's one of our prototypes, and the one you saw on the last on the vehicle. And as you can see, it's a straight through design, so it's unobstructed. This is a 2.5-inch internal with the Helmholtz chamber that is, in this case, adjustable until we get the fine tuning done. And we've also tested the 3-inch, so we're working on airflow characteristics and optimizing for that V6 motor. But what we are looking at now, and as you can see in the difference in size, is a larger casing muffler to overall dampen more of the exhaust note in the interior. The difference in how we're approaching this one is we're going to put the chamber on the inside of the muffler. So as you can see, this is a rough layout of how the internals would look like. You would have your inlet here going into the T-pipe, and then of course we'd have a branch that comes off, and then the Helmholtz chamber would be off to the side. This is all basically going to be encased inside the muffler. So there are some advantages in that. We're going to get a larger body, which means some more noise dampening, but we're also going to find that it's going to help with clearance. Obviously, there isn't something sticking up and another object on the outside that you have to deal with, but we still have some adjustability here. So I have the first version on the vehicle. We're getting ready to take it out for a test. The first part of this is going to use the straight through design, and then we do have some other things to control. If we really want to get in there and put the noise in check, we have the ability to use one of our other forms that we have for internals, and as you can see by its design, this will allow a little bit of an impingement here, which will change the airflow characteristics and potentially give us some more noise control. Ultimately, the dyno will tell and the airflow characteristics will tell which design is going to perform the best, as well as which one's going to take care of the sound requirements. As we get back under the car again, we're going to go ahead and do our preliminary testing. This testing is based upon both noise with our RTA real-time analyzer. That'll give us some dBA ratings, as well as knowing the frequencies that we are going to be working with and seeing if that cancellation chamber is working correctly. But we're going to test it out in the butt dyno and see how the response feels, and ultimately back on the dyno to find out what it does. There it is. More coming soon.